During the February 2016 PACO Inclusive Stakeholders Conference in Blantyre, the People's Party representatives were among the delegates who called on the DPP government to step down.
You and me and all peace-loving Malawians know what PAC does when they call such inclusive conferences. This time around, they changed. For whatever reason, it was for the good of our country, so we believe. So we have no regret.
Observers say since the appointment of an acting leader for the party, Uladi Musa, things seem to be moving at a snail's pace. What is the leadership of the former governing party saying on its alleged plans to join forces with the main opposition, Malawi Congress Party, ahead of the 2019 general elections? Today in the program, Capital Straight Talk, I'm joined by the People's Party spokesperson, Msonda. I'm Msonda. Thank you very much for joining us. I welcome you to the program tonight.
Pleasures, man. It's been long. How are you doing?
Been long indeed. I'm all right. And how are you?
The Lord is good.
Thank you. I don't think I should start with asking you when your president is coming back to Malawi, because I don't think you can attempt this question anymore.
I'm sure we have actually tried to respond to that question many times, and we wonder as a party why people keep on asking, and sometimes we wonder whether those asking have anything to do with our president.
Most of the times the reactions that you've given us, the answers that you have given us have not materialized, isn't it?
Her Excellency Banda is the president of People's Party, and I don't know why people have an interest to be asking every day when is he coming. We're not worried.
But you've been telling lies.
Well, that's the good side of democracy. You're entitled to your own opinion, but the fact and the truth of the matter is Malawians, peace-loving Malawians who follow Malawi politics, know the truth. And for us to keep on being asked the very same question when you already know the answer. I mean,
which truth are you talking about here?
There are so many things that Malawians are looking forward out there to give, maybe directive, maybe to give guidance, issues of national importance. And I know your radio, there are a lot of people who listen to your radio, Capital Radio.
You think it's a waste of time asking about the former president?
Yeah, what is your concern? She's our president.
That's why I said you have no answer to this question, Honorable Msonda.
We are tired of being asked the very same question. The answer is obvious.
That's why I said you have no answer to this question.
Okay, I have no answer to this question.
Let's talk about the state of affairs of your party. Since the appointment of Uladi Musa as the acting president of the party is silent. What is happening in the party?
Well, we understand you. You people are not politicians. You are journalists, you are media guys. And we politicians, we know when to do what, where, how, why, and how to do it. When you say there's no movement of any activity, it depends on which angle you're talking about. The party is still vibrant.
But you agree with me that the party has been quiet?
No. It depends on what you mean by being quiet. We have, of late, we have had some open-air rallies. We're strategizing. We're moving forward. We're focusing on 2019. We're rebuilding the party. So the party is not quiet.
You aren't holding those rallies as a People's Party. You are jointly holding them with the Malawi Congress Party.
No. We had a rally in Longwe at Masinta. We had a rally in Dilande, at Maketa. We had one in Salima. And for your information, this coming Sunday, 15th, we are having a rally in Mangochi. So the party is vibrant. The party is still strong.
But are you supporting this leader, Uladi Musa, who is acting in that position of the party's president? I'm asking this question because I'm reliably informed that the appointing authority is regretting appointing Uladi Musa as the acting president of the party.
Those are just assumptions. And the question is, I think, misplaced. Are you supporting? You mean me personally? Honorable Uladi Musa.
As a party, do you think he's getting that much needed support?
He is the acting president of the party. And mind you, before Her Excellency Banda came up with the name of Uladi Musa, she consulted. Some of us were consulted, and we actually agreed with her that in her absence, the only person at the moment who can actually sit in her place is Honorable Uladi Musa. So if you're saying is the party supporting, I mean, that question is misplaced. He is the acting president of our party, and there's got the support of the party.
So are you telling me that he's the one failing the party?
The party is a group of people. Party is not one person. Party, the word party, is a group of people. If the party is vibrant, if the party is strong, it means all of us, right from the area up to the National Executive Committee, we're all active. So it's not a one-man show. The party is a group of people.
If you are consulted, is it true that you're regretting recommending his name and that you're trying to find ways of removing him from this position?
I think you have been misinformed. Those who have given you that, who have given you that information, it's a wrong information. There's no basis in that information. Nobody's regretting. If anything, we are saying Her Excellency Dr. Banda did a good thing by appointing Honorable Uladi Musa to be the acting president of the party. And since the appointment of our Honorable Uladi Musa, you can see the party is now moving forward. As I said, they've given a scenario where we've had civil rallies. The media were also complaining that we're not holding rallies. And we told you that we are politicians. We know as politicians when to do what, how, and why. And at the moment, the party is moving forward. because Honorable Ladi Musa is there on the steering wheel. He's taking the party forward. So for people to say the party is not moving, the party is doing nothing since the appointment of Honorable Ladi Musa, that's the bad side of democracy, because people can talk what they want, but that's democracy. And they're entitled to their own opinion. But the fact of the matter is that the party is still vibrant. Since the appointment of Honorable Ladi Musa as acting president of People's Party, things are going on smoothly, and we're not complaining. And we're wondering why you're complaining, as if Joyce Banda, Her Excellency Joyce Banda, is your party president. She is our party president. We know her. And you guys are not political.
My question has come because I remember that before Ladi Musa was appointed acting president of the party, you, Honorable Msonda, was busy consulting people like Fachi, people like former Vice President Kumbo Gachali to come back to the party. Are you sure you're now supporting Ladi Musa?
Maybe your history is upside down. After the appointment of Honorable Ladi Musa, the Political Bureau of the party sat down and mapped the way forward on how we can actually move forward and rebuild the party. And one of the strategies that we had as a party, we had agreed then, was why can't we reach out to people, those who would like to join the party, those who left the party and are willing to come back and join the party. Even we said, let's go out and some people who new members. So that had nothing to do with the going away or the resignation of some other people that you have actually mentioned. After the appointment of Honorable Ladi Musa, the first thing that he did, which was very good as a leader or as a politician, was to say, how do we move forward? There are people who actually left this party due to various reasons as we're actually going towards the 2014 tripartite elections. You know, politics is dynamic. It moves with time. You know, what we're seeing today, Rose, is not what's going to happen come 2019. So Honorable Ladi Musa did a good thing. You know, we sat down and agreed as a party that those people who left the party and are willing to come back, let's accept them. And if there's some new
did you succeed? Who came back to the party?
Honorable Kumbo Gachali is our party member. He's a member of parliament. What else do you want? Did at one time Honorable Kumbo Gachali left the party? Did he at one time left the party? He never left the party. He stood as an MP for People's Party. He's a member of the party. He's still a member.
But he's coming back brought a lot of cracks in the party.
Coming back from where?
People were fired. You know what happened to Reverend Ngwira, people like Reverend Kaleso, who were fired at the height of the issue to do with one Kumbo Gachali.
That is water under the bridge now. It had nothing to do with the coming in of Right Honorable Kumbo Gachali. I should like to put it that he coming in as if he went somewhere. Right Honorable
why did you fire these two, Ngwira and Kaleso?
It's an in-house issue and we're done with it. For information, Kaleso was not fired. Kaleso was suspended.
Why did you suspend him anyway?
It's an in-house issue. What has got that to do with the Malawians out there? Malawians are suffering out there.
So why are you saying that the information that I'm giving now is not correct when you are failing to tell me what exactly happened? Why did you fire these two?
This is an in-house issue, Rose. As I said earlier on, there's so many things happening out there. And Malawians are eagerly looking at us, People's Party, as an opposition, as a government in waiting, to offer checks and balances to the current administration. This is now, all these questions that you're asking us, it's water under the bridge.
Water under the bridge?
Yeah.
You were recently fired from your position as administrative secretary of People's Party, a position that earned you a lot of benefits in the party. Are you worried that you lost that position?
There you are again. Who was fired? I was acting. And when you're acting and sitting on behalf of somebody, I already had my position. I'm the public secretary of them. And it pleased the party leadership then, Her Excellency Dr. Joyce Banda and the hierarchy of the party, that I should act as the administrative secretary. And I should be applauded as a Democrat. But I had to remind my party leaders that, you know, I'm acting here. Already I have a responsibility which is so involving. Why can't we have somebody to sit in and concentrate on my job? That's what I did. And you picked up, you media. You said Msonda has resigned. You twisted everything. As they say in your profession, that no news is news. But the truth of the matter is, you know, you are the ones, media, who picked up that story, and I don't know how it leaked. It was an inside issue.
No, what we heard is that we heard was that you were fired because you were telling lies to Kumbo Gachali, who is allegedly fighting the former president.
As long as you are still living, Rose, on earth, you'll be able to hear allegations, counter allegations, baseless allegations. It's only in heaven where everything done is the truth. What you heard is not true, and you picked up yourself. You even featured me, Rose.
My question is it true that you were removed from that position because you were telling lies to Kumbo Gachali?
Yes. So if I say yes, what have I got to do with you?
What kind of lies did you tell him?
No comment.
Did you at any point have secret meetings with one Kumbo Gachali?
Secret meetings is a Kumbo fugitive when you're saying secret meeting.
That were not sanctioned by the party.
Sanctioned how? I'm a very senior member of the party. Can I have any meeting without being sanctioned by the party? The person you are mentioning here is the former vice president of this country. He's our member of parliament. He's a founding member of People's Party. And why people still keep on dwelling on personalities? You know, the devil knows. People's Party is a grouping of people. That is not a party for anybody. There are parties in Malawi which are tribalistic, which are regionalistic, which are family parties. People's Party is the party for the people. So we don't waste time talking about personalities. We talk about our objectives. We talk about our priorities in People's Party. We don't talk about personalities. So I don't know why some people lose their sleep in Malawi trying to personalize issues in People's Party.
Today in the program, I'm talking to Nkhani Msonda, spokesperson of the People's Party. Let's talk about the latest PAC conference that was held in Blantyre, and a lot of recommendations were made at that conference. And just recently, the PAC delegation met President Mutharika, and some of those resolutions that were made didn't come out during this meeting. For example, the call for the president to resign in 30 or 90 days that was made by some political parties, including yours, during that conference. Are you worried or disappointed with PAC in any way?
Let me put it on record that People's Party have high respect for Public Affairs Committee. Our religious leaders, our faith leaders have played a very important role since the dawn of Maripari in Malawi, and the integrity is unquestionable. What happened during the all-inclusive conference and thereafter, very regrettable, but they had maybe a point, because the tradition of PAC, you and me know that when such conferences are being held, at the end of the day, the recommendations or the conclusion is done there and then at the last day of the conference. But this time around, PAC changed from the usual tradition, where they just collected views and comments from people, and they went into a boardroom and came up with resolutions. So to us as People's Party, we thought maybe that was an oversight, but maybe they thought it wise to do it the way they did, and it had nothing to do with us as People's Party. PAC actually stands for all of us as Malawi.
So you have no worries, no concern in as far as what was presented to the president?
No. We have no worries. We have no concerns, because we have high respect in Public Affairs Committee. As I said earlier on, the composition in that committee is people of high integrity in society. So whatever they thought to do, to us we respect their line of thought. As I said, that it was just unfortunate that they actually moved from the usual tradition that you and me and all peace-loving Malawians know what PAC does when they call such all-inclusive conferences. This time around, they changed. For whatever reason, it was for the good of our country, so we believe. So we have no regret.
You were accused of hijacking that conference as political parties.
That's the problem in Malawi. People don't differentiate truth and being stubborn or being troublesome. I've always tried in my heart of hearts to say the truth. I know I'm a human being. I have my own shortfalls as a person, but when it comes to politics, when it comes to me as a person, I try as much as possible to say the truth. I didn't hijack. How can I hijack it? That conference involved a lot of people, elected stakeholders, people and Malawians of high respect in society. You mean one person can hijack what I said in there as People's Party was the truth? And that's what Malawians were looking for. So if people are regretting that all-inclusive PAC conference was a waste of time, I know, I can tell from the expression from your face that you're also regretting as media. It is not because of what we did. What we did as People's Party was what you Malawians were looking for, that we need to hold this government accountable. Mind you, Rose, as People's Party, our role is to offer checks and balances, is to offer constructive criticism. Now the problem in Malawi is that, when you offer constructive criticism, people think you are being troublesome. People think you're somebody who is pompous. I'll maintain my stand that where truth is, truth has to prevail. And I believe, Rose, in my heart of hearts.
Do you think you are being reasonable to call for the resignation of the president? Because a lot of people questioned that kind of a call or resolution, because they said it was not practical in any way.
It depends on the measure. If you're saying a lot of people, then you're maybe 1 in a million that you can say that. But a lot of people actually applauded us for that. And for your information, because of what People's Party did during that conference, if there is maize now that they're saying there is maize, it's because of us. It's because of what we did. We made sure that these people deliver. We made sure that the current administration should not live on ways. So you need to commend us sometimes. When we have done something good, don't politicize issues. You need to commend us. We raised a lot of issues during that time. A good example that I'll give you is we raised an issue of MSB's bank sale. That if the MSB bank is going to be sold, Malawians are going to suffer. You've seen what is happening now. People are losing jobs, and Malawians are suffering. suffering in their own country in a very bad way. People are being sacked at MSB without being paid their benefits, and these are people who have got children going to school. These are people who have actually are renting houses. These are people whose life have to live at the end of the day. Now they're being tortured in their own country, and you can come here, Rose, you can have the gas to say what we are doing there was just being troublesome.
Are you trying to holier than thou? Because we know that during your time you also saw the presidential jet, and Malawians are still questioning where the money from that deal went.
Rose, the questions actually they're giving us as People's Party are questions we've already answered so many times. You are saying, Excellency George Banda, so the president jet. You are personalizing. The office of the president is not a person. That is an office. Those people who
that happened during your time was People's Party.
People who were there with Joyce Banda, they're still there. With
like who? Like who?
No, they're still there.
Like who?
Without mentioning names. Capitol Hill is still there. You have to differentiate a ruling party and government. These are two different things. A ruling party is not government. It's just the administration. People who were there with...
when you talk about MSB cell...
Wait a minute. People who were there during our time, they're still there at Capitol Hill. And they're still with His Excellency Professor Arthur Mutharika. People are there. Ask them. If you're still complaining about the president's jet, people who are there with Joyce Banda at Capitol Hill, they're still working with APM.
So does it make People's Party any better?
At least we came during a very difficult period, and we showed to the people that if there's an administration that Malawians can trust those People's Party, 2 years down the line, things changed. Now it looks like we're going...
What exactly changed, Mr. Msonda? Because that was the very same time that we were selling these presidential jets.
I will repeat that you are living in another world, then you are not a Malawian. Because those who were there when we were an administration, and those who are still there now, they're actually commending us. That at least His Excellency George Banda and People's Party did a good job. Businesses were flourishing. The culture was okay. Donors were there. Everybody was happy. We had maize everywhere. Civil servants were being paid on time. Everything was working. But no, nothing is working. Now, if you're still complaining, then I think you're living in another world here.
Why has your party chosen to remain quiet on the issue of albino killing? People with albinism are being abducted, killed. We can hardly hear your party talking about this issue.
As a party, we have spoken. And we have actually commended His Excellency Professor Arthur Mutharika for coming out strongly to condemn those who are killing albinos. And as a party, we say that we actually call upon all peace-living Malawians that we need to join hands to work with the police and all enforcers so that those actually who are involved in this brutality should be put to stop. And we're saying that, those involved in killing albinos, some of them are our friends, some of them are our children, some of them are relatives. We live with them in our locations. And if we know or we suspect anybody being involved in killing the albinos, let us report them to police. And we have said as a party that we also commend our courts that of late we have seen that they are giving out stiffer punishments, unlike in the past when punishments were lighter and they were given bail. But at the moment we've seen that the courts have moved in, giving stiffer punishment to those who are involved. We also commended our police, our law enforcers, that at least they're trying the best they can. But issues of security laws is very complex, and we said as a party that let us join hands and move forward. We went even further to say there are those who claim to be minority human rights defenders. Where are they? These are the people that we should be asking, that where are you? People who actually came out that time defending people who were breaking the law, defending people who were involved in acts which were against our tradition as Malawians, people who were involved in very, very satanic acts. They came out so strong, backing such people. Now, the question that we're having as a party is it because that time there was money promised to these so-called human rights defenders? And this time around, because the albinos are being killed and nobody has offered them money, is it why they're quiet? So the question you're posing to us, People's Party, pose it to the so-called minority rights defenders.
Not political parties?
No. You're talking to People's Party. We have actually said, we came up with a statement, a very strong statement.
Yeah, because I'm having this interview with you as a spokesperson of People's Party.
What I'm saying, that as a party was spoken on the killings of albinos.
You also have members. You has ruled this country.
And for information, we've had some open public rallies, and during our rallies actually brought up this issue. So as a party, we've spoken strongly against those who are killing albinos. We have also commended, I repeat, we have also commended our state president for coming out so strongly to condemn such acts. This question you're posing to us, People's Party, pose it to the so-called human rights minority defenders.
Not you.
No. We've done our job. These are the people who are nowhere to be seen. And if there was money here, they would have come out.
So you won't tell me that they do all those things because of money?
Because of money. Right. And because there is no money offered to them on the killing of albinos. That's why they're quiet.
Your working relationship with the Malawi Congress Party, I've mentioned here that we have seen you holding joint political rallies. What is going on between these political parties?
We are People's Party. We have our own ideologies, we have our own policies, and we have our own manifesto. You're talking of another party. So we don't talk about another party.
You hold joint rallies?
Yeah, the Constitution is very clear. We also have the freedom of association. Why should we be limited? If we hold a political party jointly with MCP, is that a crime? because our constitution is very clear. We also have some rights. We can actually exercise our constitutional right of freedom of association and freedom of assembly. So we held that joint rally because MCP, People's Party, and Afford and some other parties, we are in the opposition and work together in parliament. We have a common goal in parliament.
Any possibility of working together until 2019?
Talking, Rose, why should we be talking about 2019 now? This is 2016. Will you be there? How do you know? Is God going to give you life there? We don't talk about 2019 now. We are talking about 2016. I repeat, People's Party and the rest of other opposition parties in parliament work together. We have a common goal. That is to offer checks and balances to the current administration. It's just unfortunate that when we give such checks and balances, the current administration takes us as if we're trying to overthrow government. And we tend to laugh. Which government? Because we're part of government. By being in parliament, we are part of government. You know, Rose, that government is a composition of the executive, legislature, and judiciary. So we're part of government.
People are viewing you as a group of disgruntled politicians who are only there to fight the DP administration.
Yeah, those are strangers who can have such kind of undemocratic line of thought. But people who are actually in Malawi, they're commending the opposition that we're doing a good job. Because if it weren't for the opposition, if it weren't for People's Party, this government couldn't have delivered anything. If
what do you mean?
If they are failing now to deliver and everybody's complaining whilst we are there to give them checks and balances to make them run, they shouldn't relax.
What exactly have you done to make them run?
No, we were giving them checks and balances. I've given you an example, Rose, that if they are saying that there's maize at the moment, it's because of us, the politicians, or the opposition. That we told them, you have told them...
Have you bought maize for this country?
Why should we not be buying maize? We are part of government. We told them, you are telling lies that you have maize. Where's the maize? Make sure that you bring the maize. They run around and try to bring in maize. We should be commended if at all people are saying there is maize, which to us we still doubt if there is any maize. But if there is any maize and that now people are able to eat, it's because of the opposition. We gave them tough time, but we know you're telling us that there's maize. People are looking for real maize, something that they can go and eat. They make sure they run around. So, Rose, you need to commend us that we are doing a good job. Otherwise, if it weren't for the opposition, I'm telling you, things would have been worse. Of course, things are bad now, but if it weren't for us, People's Party, things could have been worse. And if this government is ticking now, it's because we're trying to tell them to reason up with them.
I'm sure you have heard this rumor making rounds that your president, I'm talking about the former president, is very much linked or connected to one Shepherd Bushiri.
She's apart from being the former president, what came in first was that she's a citizen of this country.
Do you want to ask me a question, Honorable?
Yeah, I'm coming there, but don't forget, she's also a citizen of this country. Her Excellency Dr. Joseph Banda is a Malawian, is a citizen of this country. She also has a constitutional right to fellowship with anybody. And mind you, we are talking about the former head of state. There is an office there.
So you don't know anything about all these issues?
I know, but why should I speak on behalf of somebody? Because
what do you know exactly?
I know exactly. She's my party president. Apart from that, I've known Joseph Banda half of my life. I'm 55 now. I've known her for the past 30 years. So I know her even better. I know my... So
if you know, do you want to help her respond to some of these issues that people are talking about? Is she behind all this?
Rose, in Africa, they'll tell you grey hair is wisdom. Can you see my hair? It's wisdom. I don't have to come in and tell you personal issues. Why should I? You think I'm just a blah blah person. Look at my hair. Grey hair is wisdom. I know what to say, when, and why. So this has got nothing to do with...
You told me that you know something about this.
I know not only something, I know everything.
You know everything?
Yeah, but I can tell you, why should I?
What is being cooked up?
Where? What should I tell you? What is your concern? Ask her.
Is all well in your party? Because people are saying that it is struggling financially now. We can't see these orange cars anymore. Is it struggling financially?
Those who are saying the party is struggling financially, maybe they have no story. If they're saying nothing is well in the party, maybe they have no story. Have we, at one point or the other, gone to their houses to beg for food? If they're saying we're struggling, how do they measure our struggle? We are driving 1 to 30, our own cars, we're out of government, and when people are saying the party...
It's not true. It's not true that you're struggling, isn't it?
Ask them if Msonda one day went to their house and asked for food.
No, I'm talking about a party, People's Party here.
It's composed of people. A party is not trees. You're talking about people. Any of the People's Party person went to their house to beg for food. So if they're saying the party is struggling, how?
So the answer is no, you're not struggling.
Ask them, how do they measure that we're struggling?
Do you see your party ruling this country again?
Oh, Rose, unless you're a foreigner. Unless, if we go for elections today, People's Party is bouncing back into...
What gives you confidence?
Because Malawians have known that, there was only one party under Her Excellency Dr. Joseph Banda, that is People's Party, which actually served them well. Let's go to elections today. We'll win, landslide.
What have you done to replace a number of people that have left your party? The Kunkuyus, a number of people you fired in Msonda.
Rose, one side of politics that people don't know. Politics is not a religion. You don't go out trying to actually persuade people to join politics. You just actually give them what you have, and it is upon each and every person to make a decision to come and join you. It's not a church where actually you persuade somebody to go and join a church for the sake of having eternal life. Politics you actually look at the objectives, you look at the manifestos of a particular political party, and then you come and show interest. So we have done the best we can by telling people that People's Party is still there, by telling people that West Banda served them well. It's up to people to come and join. Why should we be going around forcing people? If they don't want, they don't want. I repeat, politics is not like religion. In religion, we go out. We say Kumilaga, we say Chisimoso, trying to bring people to Christ so that they should receive Christ as their personal Lord and Savior because there is eternal life. In politics, no. What we do is we tell them, here we are. These are our policies. This is our manifesto. It is incumbent upon you. If you want to rose, you come.
The contracts for May commissioners, those contracts are expiring, and shortly the process to appoint new commissioners will be undertaken. As a party, what will be your main issues to consider when, because you are the ones who nominate these commissioners?
Yeah, first of all, actually, we leave it to Malawians to assess if the current breed of commissioners that we have actually did their job right, looking at the 2014 tripartite general elections. So we leave it to Malawians to assess them. As a party, it's true. We have
you leave to Malawians?
Yes,
but as a party, how do you assess their performance?
As a party, we sent 2 of our commissioners there. We have sat down, we have assessed them. And
who are these commissioners?
We have 2 commissioners there. We are the Ambassador Reverend Chinkwita and the Commissioner Gloria Chingwata. So it's an in-house issue. We have assessed them. It is up to the party whether to replace them or not. So it's not something that I can actually give to the public. Why should I tell the public? This is an in-house issue. We have assessed them to find out whether they actually did a good job as per our expectations, as per Malawians' expectation. Mind you, the responsibility of a commissioner is to work not for the party, but to work for Malawians. Whichever party sends in commissioners there, the responsibility for the commissioners is to offer checks and balances. The owners of elections is the chief elections officer. It's the Malawi Commission, not commissioners. Commissioners are just there to offer oversight role, to make sure that things are in order, to make sure that the electoral calendar is not disturbed. So we have assessed our commissioners, the 2 whom we sent there. The outcome is with us, and we're just waiting from the president, because according to the act, the president is supposed to consult us. Now, if the president consults us, we're going to tell him whether we're going to replace them or we're going to maintain them. It's an in-house issue. But bottom line,
but you've told me that these people are there to save Malawians, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. That's why.
So why do you describe it as an in-house issue?
No, because actually, as per the act, we need to actually give 2 of our commissioners from a political party. So it's an in-house issue. But as for the general assessment of the commissioners, we leave it to Malawians. Let Malawians assess them. The way they handled the 2014 tripartite elections. Because even if the commissioners themselves go to vote.
So you don't subscribe to the call of having professionals at the Malawi Electoral Commission?
Any person with the right frame of mind cannot subscribe to that. Because there is no way you get somebody who's not affiliated with any political party. I repeat, even the chairman of Malawi Electoral Commission votes during elections. It means he's got his own political party.
What's your impression on the issue of electoral reforms?
It's a two-way traffic. Actually, we have been involved in the electoral reforms. There are some reforms which have to be done immediately, some in short term and some in long term. And our worry, all of us, including the current DP administration, is that the Malawi Electoral Commission should speed up these reforms. We're done with that, and at the moment the reforms are with the Law Commission. It is our prayer that some of the issues which are actually to be done before the 2019 should be implemented, like the 50+1, that the president should be elected by the majority. If
you're in government as People's Party, would you have still pushed for this 50+1 system of electing a president?
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you that this has got nothing to do with personalities. This has got nothing to do with the political party. This is for the common good of Malawians. We are looking at a bigger color picture. That if we really need to move forward as Malawi in terms of democracy, then we have to actually forego some of these issues.
Because people are saying that you're not doing this in good faith.
No. Those who are doing that, they have a hidden agenda. They don't know what is happening. The issue here is not about personalities. We're not targeting any party. We're trying to put our house in order. That is Malawi as a house. So it's an issue that all of us were agreeing.
No, we have to stop it there, Mr. Msonda. And let me once again thank you very much for spending your time and talk to us in this edition of Capital Street Talk. It has been quite interesting hearing you talk. Wish you well, sir.
No, thank you very much, Rose. And it only shows that the party is still a force to reckon, because people don't talk about dead things. They talk about things which are alive.
A force to reckon with?
Yes, and it shows that the People's Party, we actually respect democratic values and principles. We actually give our party members the freedom to talk.
No, time is up, but thank you very much, Honorable Msonda.
God bless you.